Live from Studio 3, this is Packaging Today with Evelio Matos, Adam Peak, and Corey Connors.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going? It's Monday, October 16th, here on Packaging Today show.
No, it's Packaging Unboxed.
No. It's
Special
Packaging
guests,
Today
Corey
show.
Connors and Adam Peak.
Your show.
And what do we got? We got my buddy Corey Connors at
Hi.
Corrugated on the TikToks.
Good morning.
Packaging Podcast on the podcast.
Or good evening, depending where you are.
Yeah, exactly. It's dark where you're at. What's up with that? Is it winter in
It's a
Oregon?
great northwest. Yeah, we don't get the sun here anymore.
No, it seems like you get like 36 days of darkness over there.
That's right.
Right.
Like
And
Alaska.
we got NASCAR driver Adam Peak at Packaging Pastor on the TikToks.
Live from my grandma's house, and I was really excited.
There's
about
a
ready.
pretty
Should I
bad
do
wolf in
it?
that bed.
Should I do it? Check this out, everybody. Have you ever been in a hotel room with automatic drapes?
Not from the 60s. Those are amazing.
Are you sure those are automatic? There's not like some little elf pulling those back in this house. This looks like
Charlie.
like
Come
Candyland.
back.
It's Charlie. Charlie is traveling with Adam.
Look, he's doing it.
What's up? Good morning, Mom. And so let us know where you guys are watching from. If you're watching, if you're not watching this, then don't let us know where you're watching from.
Right. Then don't say
Charlie will put, yeah, that's right. Keep your mouth shut.
Or if
Keep
you're
your
watching
name out of
this,
your mouth.
put where you would rather be watching it from.
Ooh.
Like you should want to be at the
A new
Broadmoor in
twist.
Colorado Springs at the TLMI event where I am. It's actually this really beautiful. If you've never been to the Broadmoor, it's incredible. It is old styly, but quite lovely.
It's
I used
too
to do
much.
I used to do all their packaging.
For
Really?
the Broadmoor?
Yes.
Of course
What
you
would
do.
what would
I've
they
never
ship?
done that, but I used to do all their packaging. They do like retail bags and gift boxes and a bunch
Oh,
of
that kind of stuff.
Please accept a keepsake of luggage tags. Hello.
Mm. Very nice.
I've got this business reply mail to Jake Diamoli.
Mm.
that's there, Charlie.
That's
Chicken State Farm.
And then this lovely printed in-room dining that Evelio probably helped print. What else? What other?
Same menu.
Charlie, bring me the water. No,
It's
Charlie's
the
not.
80s.
Dang it, he's back in Utah.
So the Too Much Information Conference. What
Too
do you
little
talk
much
about?
information.
Oh, too little much information. What do you talk about there? Labels
Nothing much.
and packaging.
Yeah. So hang on. Tags and label manufacturer institution. TLMI. John Gary probably has attended.
All right. Where it's
Um,
dark and cold and wet.
yeah. So no, it's the label industry. So people who work in and around the label industry, it's actually a record attendance this year at their annual
Wow.
meeting. I think we
30.
have over 500 people in attendance. So what's that?
Kidding. I said 30. I was just joking. I was just kidding
Wow.
about that.
Wow. I don't
Man,
understand why all the hatred. for
Corey's
the
coming
label
with the
industry.
heat today. What's up with that?
We've got an
Man.
economist coming into town.
500 people. That's awesome. Congratulations.
It's pretty great. We've got Colorado's EPR legislator, Darla Arians, is going to be here speaking about what they're doing in Colorado for extended producer responsibility,
So
what
important.
role labels have in that. It's true. You gotta.
I believe it.
I mean, listen.
Hey.
Labels are a necessary evil, right? Like, just give somebody. Try this. Get a
Dude,
bottle of wine, like a nice one, like a $50 bottle of wine. Take the label off entirely, and then give it to somebody, and just see if they drink it. No, you know what? They won't.
They won't.
Especially if it's like a total stranger. Just like, here, stranger, drink this wine.
Yes.
They'll be like, I'm never going to drink that. But if it's like, this is blah, blah, blah. I don't know. What's a really nice bottle of wine?
Mm.
This is.
Dude, I gotta tell you, my first celebrity crush was a kid named Darla. on the Little Rascals.
Oh, that's right. That's right. My first celebrity crush was the animated girl Fox from Robin Hood.
Oh,
Yeah, she was.
Stevie.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
No,
love it.
awesome, man. All right,
More-
so where do I go? So you got TLMI. You're at the Broadmoor, living it up. There's a big red wolf in your bed, which is amazing.
Yeah.
What do you got going on, Corey?
So we're going to sustainable brands. I leave late tonight for the Aurora Packaging Solutions booth. Very excited to talk to these brands about packaging and how to improve their packaging, make it more sustainable. The first time at this show, so I'm not sure what it's like. It's in San Diego, which I'm very excited about because the last trips have been to Chicago, which is a lot colder and wetter. So looks like it's going to be a sunny day down there.
Sunny D.
Sunny D. Sweet.
You know,
That's awesome, man.
That's where Avelio grew up.
Yeah, one of the 37 places.
I did. I went to high school there, and good stuff, man.
It's true. And
Although-
San Diego is German. No, not gonna go with that movie quote.
Not appropriate.
Definitely not for the packaging factor. I don't say that stuff. It's not in the Bible.
We got
Had a
Fred
great-
Perry from Chicago. I think you
Had
got
a
a
great
chance to
event
meet
there.
Fred, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, really cool to meet Fred. His event was incredible. Just met some amazing people, heard some awesome speakers, and the beginnings of his museum are taking shape. The packaging museum that Fred will have is awesome. Can't wait to see that, to talk about it, and to experience it in Chicago.
Fred, there's some stuff here in my hotel room that could probably fit in your museum.
Belongs in there.
Good morning, Brandon. We have one Brandon. Do we have the other?
Yeah, we're waiting for the second Brandon here.
I got to hang out, by the way, with Brandon's the president of ASL Print Effects, Charlie McLean, last night, who was at the the Tag and Label Manufacturers Institute, along with Bruce Hansen, who is the CEO of AWT Labels. So he was sitting right in front of me on my flight and didn't know it. So I took a picture of him sneakily, and he was like longingly looking out the window as though he was like a child. And I sent it to a few people who also know Bruce. It was
You gotta
fun.
post it.
I won't do that to Bruce. not Mr. Hansen.
All right.
Yeah.
Man,
But it
so
was good.
Velio,
So,
you're in a secret location. Tell us about it.
I'm in a secret location. I can't tell you about it.
Okay.
No. So all right. Some pretty cool stuff happening. I'm trying to get. I'll tell you the football team, but I can't remember what the football team is. I'm trying to get this creative director that does packaging for football team, but I can't remember the football team because you know me. Yeah, they're doing some killer. What's that?
It's the Milwaukee Lakers
It probably
Yes.
is.
of Anaheim.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's like, yeah, just reach out to me after this Sunday because we got a big game coming up. I'm like, all right. I reach out to him like, hey, dude, how'd your game go?
How was the match?
That was,
Yeah, how'd it go? Did you have a good
that
time?
was the pitch.
Did everybody get orange slices at halftime? Yeah, but I'm excited about that. They've got some really cool packaging that they do for sports events.
Cool.
Just some of the cool stuff that's happening out there. Like the Raiders season passes come in like these crazy boxes. Like all the teams are trying to outdo each other in this area, which is nuts because it's never really been done before. Usually you just get an envelope and tickets, and now people are going over the top.
Which is interesting
with those
because
afterwards.
so much of ticketing, though, what's fascinating is because I've seen this, and then I've talked to people who work in for these sports companies, and they're like, yeah, but they don't actually take paper tickets at events. It's all online. It's
I was
all
just gonna
digital.
say that's strange.
And so this isn't strictly purely an experience.
It's a performance.
Yeah, because they won't. I mean, you used to take your physical tickets and then they'd be scanned or actually like torn off or whatever it was. And
That's
now
how I do it when I go.
Pretty sure you haven't been to a sporting event in a while then. Yeah, it's all like near field communication and QR codes and it's actually really helped cut down on the secondary market and just the insane ticket prices, because they can sort of control and see like what's happening with ticket prices for certain events. I mean, there's still market dynamics that come into play with resale, but at least the resale is happening on like Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
It's not happening on, with Johnny on the street corner who's just like, hey, I got 2 tickets here. That was my best impression of
Johnny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Forget about it. That's what Johnny says.
Oh, he's from New York.
That wasn't. I think it was more
Is it Boston?
That was Pittsburgh, Jersey City.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's like cool, like just cool stuff in the way that packaging gets impacted by. Let me hide this picture of us.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw this Coors can. This was pretty cool.
Brilliant.
I did not. Tell me more.
So this is from our friends over at Industry Intelligence. So, again, it's sports related. So, baseball team, what was this? Major League Baseball star Shohei Ohtani of the LA Angels made headlines because he hit the ball and it crashed into LA due to the Coors display. So what did Coors do? They went ahead and knocked out this section of their can, just like it did on their big display. Brilliant. Right, like instantly. And this has to be like digital. Like how do you change a run to create a limited edition so quickly?
You can add a flexo color.
Just like that. Like it's I guess if you're Coors and you're running that many, you can pretty much do anything.
Yeah.
These are typically, I think there's a printed rotogravure, and so they probably had to spend some money on a new plate, but yeah, I'm sure when Coors comes in, when Coors comes in and says, "This is what we want to have happen," if you are the can printing company, you're just like, whatever you say, you'll get it done.
Yes.
If it's like, Johnny's, hey, I need my soda. They're like, nah, forget about it, Johnny. So they say.
I think this is brilliant. I really like it.
But it's awesome when packaging can change to shift to just correspond with what's happening in social media at the moment, right? Like create an event that happens, be able to switch immediately and get that out in the market, because I think your consumers want to see it, right? They want to be a part of it. They want to have that conversation longer than just that little meme moment. You can squeeze a little bit more juice out of the meme that's happening.
Who's been really good about that actually is Dude Wipes has done a pretty good job, but with physical. Oh, hi, Avelio. Oh, you're back. Has done with just like physical billboard spaces. They've got an incredible copywriter for their billboards. Like I remember the one. It was like started from the bottom. Now we're here after like the Drake song came out, and they also, in order to like get going when they first were starting, it was pretty crazy. They just made Dude Wipe signs, and they went to like the college football, like where they were doing the live stuff, and they just handed out these massive Dude Wipe signs and held them up behind, and people were like, "What is this?" And they started searching for them. So they've done a really good job with that as well.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I always message the Dude Wipes guy. I'm like, dude, I want a shirt that says "This Dude Wipes."
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. I like that.
That's pretty fantastic. And
I'm excited about sports stadiums using reusable packaging. I think that's a new trend that has really taken off. Bold Reuse just got the bid for Moda Center here to support the Portland Trailblazers. Very exciting. But they're going to be reusing cups and reusing trays. It just makes sense, I think.
And when you're saying reusable, like what materials are we talking about?
So they're mostly polypropylene cups, I believe, or some kind of a plastic material that's washable. But the intention is to keep them local, and they wash them locally in Portland, and then they redeliver them as needed. Of course, some of them will go away. Consumers will keep them because they're cool, which is fine because the consumer buys them. But the intention is that they could be reused over and over again.
Yeah, apologies, Johnny Garrison.
Yes.
Your name did come to mind. It's funny because I at Ball Arena, which is sponsored by Ball Corporation, the aluminum can manufacturers, probably the ones who make the Coors Light
Balls.
cans, if I had to guess.
I'm assuming. Yeah.
But they have in that arena, it's all, so it's not reusable, but there is recycling everywhere, and
Mhm.
all of the beverages, I believe every beverage comes in an aluminum canister. So they've kind of created their own sort of collection and circularity, not so much through reuse, but just through like, hey, if you want to keep it, you can keep it and you can reuse it. Like I have one from the Brooklyn Nets that I carry around with me at a game I went to in February, and
That's
it's
cool.
lightweight. It travels well. I can fill it up with water. I've probably reused it 100 times. So
It's just a cup, or is it a?
it's a
like
bottle. It's a bottle with an aluminum cap. So whenever
Nice.
I'm done with it, I'll just recycle it.
Love that.
Yeah.
I'd seen some news recently on. I was trying to find it here. Seen some news recently on France's McDonald's reusable packaging and how that wasn't necessarily working.
Yeah.
I think there was an increase of theft, and then damage to the packaging just wasn't allowing it to be reused. So their waste was actually increasing versus decreasing.
Yeah.
And
It's not always going to work.
Does that make sense for QSR? It seems like that would. So quick serve restaurants,
Mhm.
it seems like reuse is going to be more difficult, but an arena environment where there's kind of controlled in and out of the
Right.
arena, it's actually probably more annoying to take it with you than it
Yeah.
is to just return it. So it seems like a sports arena makes a lot of sense.
I agree.
I don't know that, Subway Eat Fresh is going to go to reusable packaging. I just
Yeah. Probably not.
I mean, I saw like 7-Eleven in Singapore and a couple other areas in that region. We're looking at doing. We're actually implementing reusable, and they were calcium based plastics, right? So that they can biodegrade, but they were like 1.5 mm thick. So it's like a keepsake cup, but it's supposed to be able to degrade in nature. But in terms of like having it be reusable, it's like these are going from just like a paper cup, like I've got here, going from this to like this heavyweight cup. Like, if you do that in an arena, are you walking out with that because you're like, this is my free souvenir from the event?
Unless you get money back, unless you deposit, and then when you return it, you get your money back.
Get your 50 cents off your next drink. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
well, isn't that what the reuse is? Isn't it a deposit and a?
Yeah, it's a rent. Yeah,
yeah.
I thought that's what it was, because they do that already in arenas with mobile phone chargers. So you put you can get out a power bank and you can keep your phone charged, and then you just go return it, and then you get your money back. Of course, if you kept it, then you probably pay 3x what you would on Amazon for it or something.
Sure.
So
yeah,
it was really cool. Actually, on Friday, I did kind of an impromptu LinkedIn Live because I found out I was going to record a podcast with Phil Clark and Kevin Weiss. Kevin's a PhD student from Rice University, and through his PhD work, discovered a way to take mixed plastic waste, and using what he called, I was like, explain to me like I'm a third grader. He said it's like a toaster, and we heat it up, and it turns it into graphene and hydrogen. And I guess he was like, the cool part is that graphene is used in concrete. It's used in a lot of cars. It's this super strong metal. And
that was the material of the future a couple years ago.
Yeah, well, the problem is it's really expensive. And so he's like, we've discovered a way to make it from a pretty low value material like plastic waste and turn it into a high value material like graphene and hydrogen. And my friend Phil, who I've known since preschool, is a hydrogen expert. He's worked for NREL, the National Renewable Energy Labs. And he was telling me about how they struggle to get clean hydrogen that is cost effective. And on Friday, the Biden administration announced like a $7 billion investment into hydrogen. So it was just really neat to have this whole thing come together. It's like, let's just do our talk live. Because the idea for them is, well, we can take almost all waste, not all of it, but almost all waste, specifically plastic waste. It doesn't have to be cleaned. It doesn't have to be sorted. Certainly it can be cleaned and it can be sorted if you want to keep doing that. But at the end of that, if there's stuff left over, they'll actually end up paying more for it because what they're producing is of higher value than the recycled plastics are.
Amazing.
And so it was this like fascinating conversation with two people who are significantly smarter than me. My buddy Phil has a math formula that was named after him. And I was like, what am I doing on here? I'm just
Phil. It's called the Phil.
It's the, yeah. He's like, yeah, I did in my master's program, I studied how particulates gather on the human lungs and came up with a math formula. And I was just like, I love the nuggets and packaging.
Let's talk about labels, right?
Yeah. This is, you put the label on the bottle and then you sell it. But it was super cool to see like policy mixed with packaging, mixed with economics. It was a really great conversation. So I did the live and then I put it out on the podcast the same day. So I encourage everyone to go check out. It's a fun conversation because I'm legitimately stupid when it comes to all of that stuff. So they're just trying to get through to me. I'm like, I still don't get. Okay, now I get it.
And that's the People of Packaging.
The People of Packaging podcast with your host, the packaging pastor, Mr. Peak. Lots of peas.
Nice.
So yeah, and I'll have a whole bunch of content coming from TLMI here at the Broadmoor. Be grabbing some people to interview, just probably short form interviews, as I think we've all discovered.
Makes sense.
Doing a lot of like long form podcasts at an event like this it's tough.
It's a lot. It's
a lot of work. One time I did 7 in one day at an event, and I was just like, oh my gosh, because then you have to go edit them and you got to. It was a lot. So I'm excited. So everyone, make sure you're connected and follow me on LinkedIn for all of the fun TLMI content. There's some really rad people here, though. There's legitimately some really, really cool people at the show, and I'm excited.
So I saw that. Apple's claiming that they're going to move all their packaging to paper packaging, to like 100% paper packaging, moving forward. That it's supposed to be on their new 15s, but I'm still using a 7. So if you've got a new 15 out there, let us know what the packaging is. Did they actually remove the plastic film lamination that's on the outside of the boxes that allows that smooth release of the base and the lid? Or what are they doing? I did a full teardown of their packaging a couple of years ago, and there's plastic everywhere.
It was almost all plastic. I feel like, right? Isn't it? Even the setup box material had pivoted. No. No, I'm not saying on yours, but I'm saying I opened one up and the material on the inside was not paper anymore. It was a thermoform plastic at one point. So,
okay.
If they're going all the way back to all paper, then that's
very exciting.
Yeah. I think the very first iPhone packaging was all plastic, right? It was just the clear plastic case.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I think you were in kindergarten back then.
I was what?
You were in kindergarten back then.
I was living in San Diego, actually, where you grew up.
Where I was growing up.
Yeah. Yeah,
I was living in San Diego too.
My oldest child had just been born. It was and my wife came back from visiting my parents with the brand new iPhone, and I was like, "What is this? I would like my Motorola Razr, please. Thank you very much. I want this iPhone."
I just watched the BlackBerry movie on the plane home from Chicago.
Is that crazy?
Fascinating story. I had no idea that there was so much drama inside that company
and corruption and everything. Yeah. Well, that's cool. I mean, I think I'll have to go. I'm gonna have to go get a new iPhone 15 just for the unboxing.
Yeah, me too.
For research.
You too, Avelio. Let's do it. Apple, if you're listening, sponsor us all. And
okay, can I tell a funny story? I actually have a funny story about Apple sponsorship. So I was at a nonprofit board, and somebody, the president of the nonprofit was like, hey, so I've got a contact at Apple, and I think I'm going to talk with him about donating some iPads. And my friend, who's like works in finance and everything, he's like, no, if you have a contact at Apple, you need to ask them for $1 million. Let's go ask our friends if they'll donate iPads. Because it's like, to Apple, like donating 5 iPads for the company is like, okay. And then, they feel like probably we did a really good thing, but in reality, you can probably get 5 people to donate an iPad. So it was a fun moment of a finance person and a nonprofit person thinking differently about stuff. I agree with Andy. It's a total business expense. Andy, It's actually one for you too. So everybody needs to go get an iPhone 15 just for the unboxing.
In the sustainable packaging.
Potentially, we don't even know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just research.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, man. So, so I'm always talking about artificial intelligence, right? I'm going all over the place talking about this. Like all right. So two things that happened this past week. One was I use, man, when you travel a bunch, pick up all these like terrible. Anyway,
secret location.
Okay.
Yes. Actually, it's like allergies. But all right, so 2 things happened. One, I got a text message from one of the AI apps that I use, which was really weird because it's all. So I got a text message, just showed up in my text, and it goes, "Hey, Belly, how you doing? We haven't heard from you a little bit. Just make sure you're okay. Everything's all right. Let us know if you want to talk, or let me know if you want to talk." And I'm like, I read it, and I'm like, oh, who is this? And I click it, and it was the AI. It was this app that I use. It's called Pi, Pi.ai, and it's just like a conversational artificial intelligence app that you can use and you can talk to. And my buddy Shay Morati, who I spoke in Monaco with, is the one that turned me onto it. And you pretty much just open up the app and you put up to your head like you're just talking on the phone to somebody. And somebody that's watching you thinks that you're talking on the phone because you're having a full flowing conversation with this machine that's responding to you in real time in like the craziest way. So yeah, I hadn't used it in a few days, and it's like, hey man, are you okay? Which I thought was crazy.
We miss you.
Okay. Yeah. Can I go back to this app? So this is I was busy using AI to close my curtains. So you use this app to fake a phone call to get yourself out of
no
conversations.
What's the point of this app?
Yeah.
No. Like to anybody on the outside that's watching you interact with this app, it looks like you're interacting with another human being. Like it's that real time in that natural language. Like
no, I got that. But why did Avelio Matos download this app? What is the point of this AI? Like, have we jumped the shark with AI? Like, AI can now fake a phone call. So
no.
Talking with your mother-in-law.
No. All right. So like an example of using it, and I'm using my phone for my camera. Otherwise, I would pull it up. But it's I can something interesting that's happening. I don't know, like this Coors can. I'd be like, hey, can you tell me a little bit more about what's happening with this Coors can? How many did they run?
That's cool.
And they'll just come back and tell you, like, oh, they did this many. Why do you want to know? Do you want to know for this reason? And then you just like have a full-on conversation, like whatever it is. It's a different way instead of like typing something in.
Got it. That makes more sense. It's like conversational Google search, and also, if you're like, I gotta take this.
Right. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, I was calling. Yeah, see, I was calling because I was wondering about the Coors can. We were talking about it on Packaging Today. Yeah, I really gotta go. I'm so sorry.
You can ask her to call me in 10 minutes if I'm still in this conversation. Yeah, and then she'll ring you.
This is super important.
I'm in.
Can you answer?
But it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
The other example was car wouldn't start yesterday, and I'm like, yeah, I did the typical stuff. I hooked up the jumper cables, tried to start it, nothing. So I jump on chat. I take a picture of the engine. I upload it to ChatGPT, let it know, hey, I can't get it started. This is happening when I try, blah, blah, blah. It's like, all right, well, do these 3 things, connect it to this, connect your negative to this bolt and your positive to this battery, blah, blah, blah. Like I tried that, doesn't work. Okay, well, you should probably call a tow truck. I don't want to call a tow truck. I want to get this thing started. How can I bypass like the system? It's like, okay, if you really want to bypass the system, here's what you need to do. You need to connect a screwdriver between this connector and this thing, and like open the door with your key, not your alarm. Like it went through this whole step-by-step thing.
Wow.
Car started.
Amazing.
Like nuts. Like it was really specific information to the vehicle, not like just Google random trying to find information in forums. So I'm finding myself using AI more frequently than I would Google. I was talking to somebody about travel and some business expense stuff, and as we were talking, I just I typed it in the chat like, hey, what's the best way to input this into an expense report? It's like bam, 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 bam. Give me all these solutions. And it's like really specific to what you need it. So if you're not using AI yet, I mean, you're definitely falling behind. It's Andy, 100%. It's like MacGyver. It's going to tell you what's possible.
Do you think MacGyver, but AI instead of the Y is a taken domain yet? Because that seems like a pretty sweet domain name.
No, but like you can input images into ChatGPT now, which is pretty cool. So you can take a picture of, I don't know, whatever, like a bicycle, and tell it you want to change the chain, and it'll know that model of bicycle. It'll know your curtain system that you've got going on in the background.
Yeah, I could do it for you. Yeah,
it's just happening.
It's crazy. I don't know. I mean, you've got to start using AI in your everyday, and then just let us know how you're using it, because I've been doing this for almost a year now, and I'm still blown away by what's possible.
Yeah.
Who's that standing outside your window?
Oh, don't be. It's Charlie. Stay out there.
The window's covered in labels. You can't see.
It is, yeah. It's actually the Broadmoor Golf Course. It's out my window.
Oh, wow.
It's quite lovely.
Well, this has been a wonderful show.
Yeah, and I will be in Atlanta also for Printing United this week. So I'm excited to do the TLMI Printing United 2-step. So it's gonna be great. Get to see so many people and see some pretty rad stuff.
Come see us at Sustainable Brands in San Diego.
Cool. Are you talking about recycling PP?
Yeah, just all the recycled PP. So at TLMI on Tuesday, I get to meet with the label leaders of tomorrow and over lunch and talk about the importance of decentralizing your presence across time and space using social media. And then naturally, I know. And then so I do that Tuesday, and then Wednesday, I'm speaking at Printing United on conductive ink and RFID printing and manufacturing. So kind of the same. Kind of the same.
Both.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love to incorporate conductive ink into a project. I just have not found the opportunity to.
Yeah, it's pretty.
There's so many cool tech out there that I want to incorporate into packaging, and just like, it just doesn't quite.
It's not there yet. The cost of the silver ink is pretty high right now. So, but we found. I mean, we have a pretty large application at Myers, so we run a lot of conductive ink through the Myers plant. I got conductive ink in my veins.
All right, and with that, we're gonna wrap it up. See you guys. See you next week.
Live from Studio 3, this is Packaging Today.